Okay, so welcome everyone. And now I will minimize this for those of you who don't want to be seen, so anyway, the main thing is welcome everyone. This is like a little mini introduction to this elementary course on Jyotish Vedanga, right? Now, the reasoning behind this is that a lot of the courses are, quite spread out, and there is some courses are probably very strong on theory, and Akshat and I, we are both studying under Pandit Sanjay Rath. And as well as I have studied with Komila Sutton and a few other astrologers. And I have a very open mind to even like Nadi astrology and all. I would love to learn more. My very first exposure to Vedic was definitely Robert Swoboda's Vedic astrology. So they are my firm favorites. Um, so essentially, the course came about, because last year we began with a free Jyotish course with Astrology Lodge of London, and it proved to be really interesting and a brilliant thing. But what I found was that a lot of the people didn't really grasp. I think the basics were absolutely vital, for learning anything, especially Vedic astrology. I mean, the basics are like fundamentals. Everything rests on bare bone fundamentals, and from then on, then you can start to build and look for the karakas and things like that, so, and it is a vast ocean. Like BV Raman said, we'll take years, we'll take lifetimes to really master the art and craft of Jyotish. And Jyotish is not just like about prediction. I think it's one of the most powerful tools for healing and knowing our internal karmas. I mean, there is no doubt without Jyotish, why things happen to um, us and things like that. There is no way we will ever know until and unless we have like a very, very firm grounding on Jyotish. But the thing is, Jyotish is part of the whole entire Vedic structure and Vedanta. So Vedanga, we cannot ignore that. And it forms like an inherent part of Jyotish practice, which is called the Hora Shastra. And it is one of the angas or the limbs of the Vedas. So that's how this course is going to be born. It's bringing very powerful elements together. It's bringing the fundamentals, then it's building on this. So essentially, this course, along with, there is another course which is absolutely for bare beginners, people who probably don't even know the word Vedic astrology. And that course is for targeted. So if you have no idea of anything to do with Vedic, then perhaps that course will be the better one to join. And that is starting in January 2022. And that is with Astrology Lodge of London. That will be a paid course, and that will be for about a year. And so, but this course kind of has, at least that you're familiar with the basic grahas, the concept of grahas and planets and all. And anyway, even if you don't, you can always go to the YouTube channel of mine, which I'm sure a lot of you are aware of, and that's how you have managed to come here through the Telegram group. So um so yes, the course will begin with a little bit of like the overview of the Vedic cosmology, the creation concepts, and these are some of the principal texts I will be using. Sage Parashara's Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, that is definitely the Bible. That is the principal text. It's absolute, that there is no contention in that text. But along with that, I will also be using Varamira's Brihat Samhita Saravali, which is a firm favorite, Sarvartha Chintamani, Hora Sara, Hora Ratnam, Sanketan Nidhi, Jataka Parijata, and Prashna Marg. Now, I know it's huge, right? To see and cover all of this. But that is the whole idea of this course, because I'm kind of bringing all the elements, very vital elements in this, with a very strong focus on remedies. And that's where Akshat comes in. Akshat, hello, Akshat.
Yes, Nidhi.
Yeah.
Yes.
So essentially the remedials and your and practical chart reading is going to be a big focus on this in this course. So let's say after every module, like for example, we will begin with the grahas, the planets, and we will go through, and we will be going through, there is, I mean, grahas, every time you look at them, there is so much. People just think, oh, it's just like, 7 planets with Rahu Ketu, what's the big deal? It's not. There's like a it's like a whole world within itself. Each planet is like entering another universe, and there is no doubt about that. And each planet has such the karakas and what they stand for, and the metals, the trees, the ages, the maturity ages of planets. There is so much, like for example, moles and marks on the body for the grahas. Who would think, like for example, like if you have a mark on your forehead or moles on your cheek and all, that's kind of like Aries. That the person will have somewhere very strong Mangal, very strong Mars. So it's like that it's as a Jyotishi, some things are kind of obvious, but it's not very, but it is something that you have to know, and you have to kind of it's you have to touch upon it, and you have to go through that whole experience and workings of like what it is like. And then you start noticing all the nimittas, all the signs.
Yes.
You start looking at people's faces, and suddenly you realize, oh my god, they had a big mole on their neck. Maybe Taurus is a huge they have a very strong, the sign of Taurus is a big significance for them. Maybe they're Taurus rising. Maybe they have an exalted moon in Taurus. So all of that adds up. So it is not just a question of, hey, let's open up our laptops and figure out what the planets are, and what the chart is. It's much more, it's everywhere. Jyotish is literally everywhere, and you will be blown away how prevalent it is. You just need the eyes, the chakshu, to be able to see that. And that is the passion that I want to bring to you guys, and with a very practical approach, like, hey, there are remedies. You can heal your karmas. Of course, some karmas there is no healing. There is, well, there is healing, but there is no way out. You have to some experiences, the drid karma, which is like the fixed karma. You are born to go through some of the suffering, but everything is in your attitude. It can all change in a blink of an eye. And that is, your perceptions can change towards your karma, and that is literally half the battle won. So yes, the course will be very intent on making you very practical remedials. And the remedies, most of them would be coming, Akshat is a colleague of mine. He's also, we are all doing mantra shastra, Jaimini, and Parashara. So we are sort of like very much submerged in a tradition. And plus I have other interests too, in the sense, like, I also want to do more of nadi and palmistry. And so I'm kind of like, I have a very sort of focused 8th house, as is Akshat. So I'm sure, but he's, because he's quite young, he'll probably get there soon, in terms of wanting to learn more and more in other disciplines, occult disciplines as well. But he's also, Akshat, do you want to say something about the remedials? And The
Yeah,
Mahashiv
because
Purana remedies and stuff like that?
yes, because we have what I've seen when I started practicing actually, and with my fellow colleagues, that they know how to see a chart. But the problem lies in that we have to identify the problem and we have to cure it. Okay, and remedies can be of any type. It's not just that you have to sit down and do a mantra or do some puja. What color you are wearing, what food you are eating, in which direction you are moving, everything. What is the sign outside your door? How to keep your room? What colors of your curtains are? Which side of the bed you're sleeping? Each and everything is going to give you remedies, because what is this? You're activating or deactivating certain planets to cut down their effects on your life. So then she will teach the meaning of graha. Graha means and grahan, that is eclipsing your mind. So you need to see that how we can free from this eclipse. And there are different types of remedies to be done. Different sorts of pujas, different types of rituals, different types of mantras have been performed, prescribed various texts. And we have to see which one is the best for the given native. Not one medicine cannot treat everybody. I can give you charts of twins or people who have same charts, but they have same different professions and they have completely different way of life. And their rashis are same, identical twins. And separate remedies. So you have to create an eye for a detail, and you have to create that sensitivity that you can feel, oh, this is how. That is why all these things are important, because you need to know your basics. You need to know that when you look at a person, it should come to mind, oh, this person has this energy. Suppose someone is coming to you and she has a crooked nose, then you should know, oh, there has to be a malefic in the fourth house, or the fourth lord is ill placed. I have to be careful with this person.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
everything you have to see, because then you look at the face. Otherwise, what will happen when I will look at the face and we can do the Navamsha correction like that. We don't need to ask.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it? The color of the skin, how the hair is, how the hairline is, what color the person is wearing, what parts of the body he's touching when he's sitting down. Then when you do the pressure, then you will be able to see that these signs are getting more important.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the
Because
gunas, the
everything.
tattvas, everything. And it's like
Because
even the
these things
breath.
seem very basic and everybody taught these things, but nobody knows how to apply it in a practical chart to give people remedies. Because once you start knowing it much, you will know what to do, what not to do. Everybody says that, oh, this is bad, this is good. Everything is relative.
Yeah.
Everything is relative.
Absolutely. So, anyways, so we will begin with the grahas and the navagraha shuktam and all the everything we need to know about the grahas, their drishtis in depth, karakatva of the grahas, the house karakatvas, the dreshkanas, the degrees that are important, what if the grahas are under the drishti of or aspect to the malefics, and dhatu mula, which is like each of the metals and each of the sort of dhatu mula is a very vital concept. Then there are even gemstones associated with the grahas, and how to ascertain the strength, and then the categorization of grahas, shubha and ashubha, and then devas and asuras, invocation of deities, adi devta, pratyadi devta. What is the difference? These things are absolutely vital. And which deity, if you have an affliction of a particular planet, whom do you go to? And those are very clear. Parashara has given very clear guidelines as how you can, whom to go, which adi devta to use, or which pratyadi devta, and at what point, what do you do for manifesting? Or is it's maybe it may not be for manifestation, maybe it is for protection. So then you're going to use a different kind of a devta. It won't be something that you want to manifest, but it's like for removing the evil, which is a big difference between the two. Then, of course, the karakas are like make or break in the chart. The sthira karakas, the Naisargika karakas, the chara karakas, the bhava karakas with grahas. So this is a really big topic, but we will be introducing that. So again, the rashis we will go through, the Kal Purusha, the natural rising signs of the rashis, the tattvas and the gunas, the day strong. And these are, we will do exhaustive examples so that finally you will be, it'll become kind of second nature. You won't have to think like, oh, what's a fruitful sign, is it Libra or Pisces, but that kind of a thing. So there will be a lot of um there'll be a lot of experience, and you will work consistently with your own charts. That is my big focus, and at the end of like a couple of months, I would like you to bring at least 5 charts that you can consistently work on. It can be your family, your children, whoever, your partner, it doesn't matter, including yours, and of course other than yours too, because then you want to be able to see other people's chart and your families, and recommend, recommend
Yes, we want for a
solutions.
practical approach.
Yeah. And so then we carry on with more and more rashis and sessions, and how do we, retrogression is a big thing in in rashis and grahas of retrogression. When a planet is retrograde, how do you read it? Lord Rama had exalted Shani in his 4th house, but yet, it's in his 4th house, but it was retrograde. It behaved like as if it was in debility. How do you read that? What is the meaning? What does it mean? So his Shani was, so he had like a, then by because it was retrograde, it gave results of Shani in Aries in its debility. So what does that mean? How does it affect you? And it was in his Kendra. So what if you have a retrograde malefic in the 8th house? And so these are not easy. They are not, but they are not as straightforward. They need some amount of skill, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of being able to kind of juggle all these concepts and bring them together and bring them to life. And that is my attempt. And even like combustions, how do you come out of combustion? What if your Lagna Lord, well, let's say Mercury is your Lagna Lord and it's combusted with the sun or even Venus? I mean, that is a really not a nice situation to be in. And what if it is combusted and retrograde? Where do you go from there? Oh my God. This is like, it's getting even worse. So but like I said, it is a question of just figuring out, because this has been our journey. We have always been trying to look for solutions. Even when we look at charts, it's like, how do you deal with this? What happens? And I'm not saying I'm perfect, or for that matter, Akshat, it's a like I said, like Dr. B.V. Raman said, we take lifetimes. Jyotish is an ocean. It's like, universe within universes. And so we will take a long, long time. But at the end of it, you will feel confident of at least figuring out what the karma is, how you stand. I mean, that is really the ethos of this course.
But it will take time for you because we have to practice more and more.
So, yeah. Anyone's got any questions? So again, these are some of the module which will go in module 2. So approximately after about like module 1 will have about 10 to 12 hours, and our reasoning is, and I'm sure I'm happy to listen to you guys, your suggestions. My reasoning is that we will begin on a Sunday. We don't have to stick with the Sunday evening time, but we may begin on a Sunday for sure. And then we may split up per session, which is like approximately 2.5 hours with like a bit of minute of breaks and things like that. And we can split it up, either have it like Sunday evening or split it up into like a half a session on a Sunday and another one on a Monday evening, which was what we did when I did the lodge classes. the free Jyotish classes. I did it on a Monday evening. It suited a lot of people, but I'm open to ideas. So feel free to unmute yourself.
Thanks, Sonal. I
Yes.
think Sunday sounds good.
Yeah.
And I mean, next month I'm traveling to India again. I have to go back. A lot of work is still pending for me. But I'm hoping that, if it's Sunday, then normally that is much more freer. So that would be good.
Okay. And do you think splitting it on a Sunday and a Monday would work? And so we will have like a split session every 2 weeks. So literally,
Okay.
let's say it will be 2.5 hours, let's say split up after every 2 weeks. So either we do it like Sunday or Monday, or keep it flexible, or just have
On
it.
Sunday, actually. Astrologically, I think Sunday is much better for
Mhm.
study of Vedangas.
Yeah, but sorry, I joined a bit late, and sorry if you
Yeah.
hear
No
some
worries,
noises.
Margarita.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Sunday sometimes can be difficult because I have also family commitments. So Monday works much better for me.
Okay.
But I'm open, and also it can be, like you said, flexible, maybe to accommodate everybody. So maybe one time we do on Sunday, one time we do on Monday. Also could be, or maybe
Okay.
another day.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy to just split it, have it 2 days, spread over 2 days, like a Sunday evening and a Monday evening. Does that work, Margarita?
Yeah, for me, yeah, it's better like this.
Yeah. So because that
Thank
was,
you.
because I think having it on like a 2.5 bumper session on one day of the week is going to be a little bit like,
Yeah.
whoa, and people will need a little bit of breathing room for to little bit of digestion and little bit of sort of digestion of the knowledge, and then suddenly something will tweak and they'll say, oh, what about this and what about that, so it's because, like I said, the focus is very practical, and I want exhaustive amount of charts every and that is not going to be, you can't get away with those 5 charts that you have to bring along with your own chart. And don't worry if you don't have a time, we will figure out, we will rectify it as we go along. That will be the big focus, those 5 charts, and then at the end of it we will pick up another 5. Does that sound okay to everyone?
Oh yeah, this is very good. What we really need, I think, a bit of practice.
Yeah.
Because to apply the theory, to understand, if we really understood the concept, this is the only way.
Absolutely, Margarita, you're absolutely right. And most lot of courses, it's no point just listening to the recordings, because you also have to have, like I said, Akshat will be there, I'm there, and it will be a very hands-on approach and very practical. And the focus is definitely lifestyle changes, remedies. You will be blown away. Like, for example, yeah, Rashi and associated diseases, so each of the signs have certain diseases associated with it. Each of the houses from the moon you look at for
Yeah.
what diseases will crop up. And there are many, many principles to that. And again, like I said, that is excellent tool for figuring out what kind of food you should be eating, what to avoid, if you want to manifest something, if you want to manifest decent health, what do you do? Would you want to, because Shukra, you activate your Shukra or your Venus, eat a lot of fresh yogurt, maybe learn to make your own yogurt. In India, we, when I was growing up, we would never buy yogurt in a supermarket. It was unheard of, absolutely unheard. Even till date, my mother, when I speak to her on the phone, she's like, what? You buy yogurt in go to Sainsbury's and buy yogurt? Like, what? She said, yeah, you get Amul here, but I don't like it. And, and I'm okay with it. But she's like, make it from scratch. There's no problem. But how do I tell her, like, oh my God, mom, it'll take forever to set yogurt in this country because it's not warm, you
Yeah.
know. But we still have to work around and find practical solutions, you know. But essentially what I'm saying is that it's a holistic science, you know. And we do have a very strong Advait on board as well. I work very closely also with an Ayurveda doctor, Advait Tripathi, and they will always
Oh, this
be
is
trying.
fantastic, Sonal, for me, because, you know, I have a knowledge of Ayurveda. I
Yeah.
study, so for me, it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. Advait is amazing. And Advait is like literally, he's the best pulse reader I have known. He'll look at you and he'll be like, okay, I think
Oh,
you
really?
have this. Yeah, you have this
Is he
problem.
based in London or is he in
No,
India?
no, he's based in India.
Ah,
He does
right,
travel
okay.
to London. A few years ago, I did have a session with him in terms of like I got together and he introduced the subject and, you know, various foods and the way to how to eat, you know, what to activate. Like never, like for example, he told me never ever have milk products or yogurt in the evening ever,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, yes.
That
this
was
is-
like a big no, you know. And so, you know, it's amazing how much. So I work very closely with him in terms of like, you know, needing his help and all that. And Akshat is also very well aware that, you know, if somebody needs, like, let's say they have a solar like a tithi birthday, like, you know, solar lunar return, then you can get a puja done, you know. And Akshat is fantastic. He's got a whole team of you know, pandits in Allahabad, in Kashi. So absolutely. So that is also, like I said, we'll be very, very strong on remedies and all of that. So and fundamentals and applications, that's the big thrust, along with the remedials. So indeed, you know, yeah. So now the cost, the cost.
I think
Okay,
Megha has a question actually. Can you?
Yeah.
Yes, Megha.
go on.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. I wanted to ask the timing. The days doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I just want to know the timings because
So
Indian timing right now it is 10:45. So
okay.
is it going to be always in the evening this time only?
No, I can begin, or on a Sunday, if I begin, I can begin like at around 5 o'clock. And on a Monday, it will be, I think, around 5:30 or 6, 5:30. So if we split it up in 1.5 hours, will that be a problem?
No, because I am early to bed and early to rise. So when you do it at 6 o'clock in London timing, so it will be round about quarter to 11 or 11 years. So by the time we finish, it is going to be 11:30.
4.5
I
hours
literally have
difference.
to, push myself to attend these sessions because I was really looking forward to do the classes from you, and I was really waiting when you start a new one. So can we just do it 15 or 20 minutes ahead so I can stretch it till 11, 11:50 and
Okay.
not till 12 at least?
That's fine.
If everybody is fine, otherwise I'll try and manage.
Yeah, absolutely not a problem. I will do that. And don't forget, you know, that there will be times when if you cannot attend, the recordings will be there. The recordings are there for you guys for life. That is one thing I will ensure, that you will have access to those recordings forever. So, you know,
Ask questions in the forum also on the group.
and the forum.
Telegram.
So everything will be and of course, it's because it's a paid course, I will not be sharing it on YouTube or any of the social media. So please, you know, confidentiality is absolutely vital. Absolutely, there's no two ways about it. Yeah.
And one more thing I wanted to ask is the charts which you're talking about, that we should have at least 4 to 5 charts, that just a doubt is there that we should collect our charts, like our relatives charts and extra charts to study well. Is it like that you were talking about?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Any
Yeah.
5 charts you can want to bring, because what is our focus, that we want you to make sure that you start learning, seeing charts and start doing remedies.
Yeah.
On the go.
Yeah, that remedies session is more important because now if people come to us, they are already in problem. So if
I
we
know that. I
pinpoint
know
the
that.
problem, that won't matter. They need the
That's
solution only.
yeah. That's
Absolutely.
I'm here on board because I want to teach you guys remedies actually. Because I will not be teaching anything, but I will be doing practical sessions on it that you can pinpoint and see what remedies are working.
I think,
Because
Sonal, what I really liked was that you are going to teach the very basics about the planets and all that first,
Yes.
about the
Yes.
signs, because the remedies from there only the remedies will be able to come, Otherwise,
Of course.
most of the people
Absolutely.
are not showing what are the basics, the fundamentals. If you don't know,
Absolutely.
I don't
That is,
think that how many ever sessions you take, we'll never get it.
No,
that is why we said, because
absolutely.
the first slide that she had shown with the graha, the gunas, the tattvas, everything,
Yes,
that is
yes.
how we're going to learn which type of remedy or what type of things we have to do.
Yeah, and also
Absolutely.
like my understanding about that, why was Jyotish actually part of which Vedas, and why was it a part of Vedas? I've never understood it, that why was it
I
actually
will be
given as a
tackling that
science?
in the this session, the
Right.
introduction session,
Okay.
about all the Upa Vedangas, the 4 Samhitas, the Vedas,
Okay.
and how the Vedangas are part of, where does it fit in.
Hmm.
I will be telling you all of that,
Right.
and of course we will be covering in module 2, so which
Hmm.
will be approximately after about 12 sessions or so. We will be doing where's module 2, we will be going on to Panchanga, which is
Right.
absolutely, you mean you cannot even before you have gone into a chart,
Yeah.
you always see the Panchang, what
Right.
kind, what is the quality of time the person was born in.
Correct.
Yes.
And the five Panchang, of course, is the 5 limbs of time. And literally the entire remedy, sometimes you don't even have to look at the chart. You can just look at the Panchang and say, oh my God, this person is born at so and so, the Amavasya. You can literally predict that they are born in this Amavasya, maybe it's an Aries Amavasya or whatever. And then it's like, whoa, they will need this solution. Yeah, I don't even have to like look at much more further, suddenly it'll all start to come. And the tithi, you can't ignore the tithi,
Correct.
in terms of like, if you want to get into a relationship with someone, tithi is absolutely crucial, so absolutely. So Panchang is my big in fact, Panchang is one of my favorite topics along with the nakshatras. So I will definitely be covering that. But I mean, Akshat is like I said, Akshat is like one of the best remedial person you will ever know, and he's super fast. Okay. So and he does speak fast, so we will have to get him to slow down. So yeah, anybody has any questions on anything?
I have a question, please.
Yes, who's that?
It's Delaney.
Okay, hi. Yeah.
Hi. Right. Sorry, this is a lot of information for me to take in because I know nothing about Vedic astrology whatsoever, none of the language or anything.
Yeah.
At the beginning, you mentioned that there is a second course in January 2022.
Yes.
Did you say that would be better for those who need the basics?
Absolutely. I think I would send you off there for the moment. It may, I'm not sure when the starting is. It could start in November. I'm still devising the course along with the Lodge of London. So, and that
Okay.
will be for a year. Yes, I think you probably, Delaney, are better off joining that course. And
Okay,
then
if
come
you're
back.
very at the beginner's level, at very beginning.
Yeah. So
If you're very new to Vedic astrology, then it's better to join the beginner's course.
Okay. And where would I be able to find out more information about
I
that
will
and when
keep
it
you
starts?
posted. Are you on Telegram? How did you come? Did you come through the Telegram group or the Facebook group?
The Facebook group.
Okay. I'm going to put the link for the Telegram group there, and
Okay.
you can join the Telegram group, and then I will also put my email there, and you can email me, drop me a line, and I will certainly and firmly put you on the list.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Also,
Absolutely.
would it be possible to have access to this PowerPoint that you're using today?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Could I
So,
have that emailed to me, please?
yes, absolutely. So not
Thanks
a
so
problem.
much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone has any more questions? Anything?
The date has been decided when this course will start.
Yeah, I think we will start like around October, before the sun goes into Libra. So just before Akshan's birthday. So before the sun goes into debility, when it's in sign of Virgo. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. So, and regarding the course, now I am aware, I don't want to be like this money grabbing person, and trying to sell overpriced course. So I just thought like something like about approximately 330 pounds for like a big chunk of module, which is like 12 hours to 13 hours. Does that sound okay?
How much did you say, Sonal?
330 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So that will take you up till 7 months.
Yeah, please fine, Sona.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
So but listen guys, like I said, if you really have a problem and you cannot pay, I don't want you to like get stuck and think like, oh my god, I can't afford it. So just feel free to write to me. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And can you please add me in the Telegram group, or you're going to post it on FB? The link?
I'm going to this link I can post it on FB, as well as shall I the Telegram group also I will post it on FB. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I will be joining the course.
You will?
So how do we go ahead? I go ahead with it, and then
Okay.
how are the details?
I will do it slowly, because right now I've yet to open up for registrations. This is the first time I'm kind of sort of opening up this course. That's why I had this this session. But I will be taking up registrations, and I will sort that all on my website. And please, if you cannot pay, and if you want to pay in installments, please write to me. Do not feel shy. I'm not like trying to like, oh my god, give me your money. And so yeah, so please have trust, have faith.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Please, could you tell me the name of the Telegram group so I can add myself to that now?
Oh, it is Sonwa. One sec. It's Sonvaa, Sonwa.
Yeah.
Okay. So
SONVAA.
yeah.
Is that everything?
Yeah. And with the hyphen, study of nakshatras and Vedic astrology. So, but Sonwa, if you begin, I'm sure it can kind of find it. But if you can't, just drop me a line, and I will send you the links. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I can't access
Yeah.
it, so I'll send you an email instead.
Anyway, Oksana, Aditi, anyone? Vanya, hi Vanya.
Hi, Sonal. Hi, everyone.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm good. Thank you. A bit busy, but okay.
Okay. Are you
Yeah.
in London?
Yeah, I am in London. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, hope to see you guys then. And is that okay? Anyone, any questions?
I only have one question about
Oksana.
the day we start. So you mentioned it will be in October?
Yes.
Before 15th of October.
Okay,
before
I see.
15th, around between 11th and why? Is there a problem?
No. Just I'm wondering when we are going to start. That's all.
Yeah. October. So, only because I don't think we want to lose the momentum with what we've kind of built. I think it's a good time to start.
Yeah. Sun is in Virgo for learning. It's good.
Yeah, and Mercury is very, very strong in Virgo at the moment. It's still exalted, so it'll be quite good. I don't know how long it'll remain exalted, but hey.
So maybe you can do one start now and then continue later, the introduction or something like that.
Yeah, I can, but except, we are having at the moment till Akshat and myself are busy with
Okay.
Gemini course. So that's taking up a lot of our time. And we are in like almost like advanced Gemini course. So unfortunately, we
Yeah,
can't,
no, that just thought if it's a good
Yeah.
time, to kind of.
Yeah, I realize that. But I think October, I mean, it's not far away. We are what, like
Yeah, we are on the 3rd today.
yeah, 3rd September. So
Yeah.
I think we'll keep the registrations open until kind of middle of October, and people can come and join, and yeah. And but if anybody has any questions, like I said, feel free to ask me, drop me a line. If you want to pay an installment, that's fine too. Whatever, I'm open, yeah.
Yes, so now I have one more question about
Yes,
the
yes.
second course. You mentioned that we are starting a course for intermediate learning. And is it the course you mentioned, or is it a different one?
No, this is this course.
Okay,
This is-
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're talking of the beginners course, which is with the Lodge of London, which is going to be a paid course. And that's where Delaney is going. And
I see.
but that is for Oksana. You don't need that course,
Yes,
Oksana.
yes. Okay.
You're
I understand.
better off here in this course.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that, because this is going to be a very intensive course. Even though I mean my job is to make it demystify and simplify things, which are complicated. And Akshat's stuff is like zoning in on which remedy will work best. That is his so he is a course consultant, and I will be teaching. I mean, I'm sure he will teach a few things too. He'll make sure that whatever I'm saying, I'm not falling asleep. But
Ma'am,
yeah.
will we be able to predict events or something like that after, like, by the end of the course in 7
You
months?
will take
whatever?
more time actually.
For
Megha?
we are not
Megha?
doing the I think module
Okay.
2 will have the dasha system. I will introduce you to the 2 main dasha systems in module 2, and with that, of course, I hope you are able to predict with that for sure. In fact, I will see how we can place the modules, but definitely I think the 2 to 3 key dasha systems, especially the Sudarshana dasha and the Vimshottari dasha, you have to know that. You cannot get away with not knowing that. The whole beauty about the Jyotish is it's in its dasha system.
Timing and remedies actually.
Yeah.
And Megha, you will be start predicting over a period of time. Okay. Let me clear one thing. Prediction is that you have to see into the future.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
my question, maybe I have not put it in a right way. So when we do the remedies, I should know the problem is there. Then I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah,
then-
you
so
will
will I
definitely
be able to see the problem?
Identify
That
a
will-
problem
Yes.
is a different thing, and to predict a future
Yeah,
event.
I
is a
have put
different
it in
thing.
wrong way. I'm sorry for that.
Okay.
Yes.
So suppose a chart is given to you, and by the time, if you know your basics well, you will able to pinpoint a lot of problems in the chart, and you will see that those problems will pop up in life
Yeah.
over a period of time. If the person has went through that dasha, that problem is still there. If the dasha has to become, then this have to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, because once you start learning the basics, then you know the plus and minuses of all both the graphs, the placements and everything. Oh, this is good, but there is also a bad side to it also.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because when you start to know, learn more and more, and when you go to advance, then you by only just looking at the lagna, and you will able to say, oh, he will have this sort of problem over a period of time. But you will take around lot of time to get that and practice, because you have to keep seeing
Practice and
charts and charts. And once you start seeing charts, I have to help you to make sure that you start doing your protection as well. Because when you open a chart in front of you, so what is happening? the negativity of that chart is also going to come to you. Nobody talks about that. That is why I'm here to tell you people how to see charts, how to do remedies, and how to protect yourself also.
Okay, okay.
Okay, because what you're creating, you're cutting down the karma of your native, and that is why we as astrologers have to do sadhanas, we have to do pujas and everything.
Okay.
That is why we have said that we will take a small group so that we can focus on the students and their problems, and we can see from their charts what problems they are going to face.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
absolutely. And so for this is all, you know, there's another module, which is another, along with Panchang, I will also want to definitely teach the mantra shastra of the science of sound, because those are your Sanskrit sounds. You've got to know, there is no getting away with it. And you, because just knowing the sounds, it's like the chakra sounds, you know, everybody knows about chakras. It's like become like a household name, you know. Everybody in like the Western world will say chakras and all that, you know, which is kind of, you know, as you know, that it's like, you know, it's so popular. But even the sounds associated with it, people don't know why they are associated with particular, you know, Swadhisthana and a particular chakra. And so this is where the beauty of sound and Sanskrit sounds comes in. So we will definitely be having a big focus, like even like, for example, simple stuff like your name, your first name, you know, Megan or Delaney, you know, what is it? What Sanskrit sound is it? And if so,
Which
each of
planet
the
it maps to, which house
yeah,
it maps to, everything you have to see.
absolutely, which house it maps, what sign it maps in. You know, what if there is a malefic transit, Shani's
Karma meeting
transit?
attend. Zoom पर है, karma meeting attend बोला.
Yeah, hello, Shani's
बोला
transit.
I think
Okay, so yeah, so those, that will be very vital, you know. So malefic transits to the sounds of your name, you know, that will affect. So for example, next year Saturn, in May 2022, Saturn goes in Aquarius.
yes.
So people with the names Sir, Sure are going to be really affected, you know. So for example,
Yeah, my Sadasati is going on.
Sangeeta,
So affected,
of course.
If
affected in a
Saraswati
good
is
way
going
or a
on,
bad way.
Sangeeta ji, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sangeeta ji.
this is the best time to join this course actually.
So
Okay.
then
You know, I am, you know, with all the things that are going on in my life, I'm so attracted to astrology at the moment that I can't, like any free time I get, I will just read something or I will get to know. It's just, I can't believe that I'm doing this. And my
Yeah.
eighth house is definitely
activated.
active, very, very active at the moment.
Absolutely. So
What's your
the
moon sign? It is
Sir,
Aquarius.
Aquarius, yes.
yeah.
But
So the
it
Sir
will, ma'am, is it going to affect good or bad? How do we know that? If the
well,
moon sign is Aquarius, then
If
Well,
the
of
moon sign
course.
is Aquarius, see, we have to see that when Saraswati, when we're going to teach remedies, and then we have to, when she will teach transit, then you is able to predict how bad the Saraswati can be.
Yeah.
And then you'll come to know that how to see Saraswati individual charts and which Saraswati is going to affect you the more.
And sometimes it's not all
Okay.
that bad.
She has moon in Aquarius, and she said my Saraswati is going and I'm attracted towards more of Vedanga, but she is missing the point that Jupiter is also transiting on your moon sign. So
Correct.
Shiva is coming to the power and giving knowledge.
Yeah. And also sometimes it's not all that bad. Sometimes it can be also where it is in Navam's chart, you know, the D9 chart, which we will definitely touch upon in a big way. We did it very briefly in the other ones, but this time it'll be much more focused. And, you know, I mean, there are a lot of people who get married in, you know, when
Saraswati.
in their Sadesati, you know.
Yeah, I got 2 clients today married in Saraswati.
Yeah. So, you know, it's not all doom and gloom. So please, you know, yeah, that is that is the art and craft of Jyotish, you know. So, okay. So any more questions, guys? And before we kind of say bye for the day?
No, at the
Yeah,
moment.
not for me. Thank you, Sonal.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay.
Bye. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank
Take care.
Take
you.
care. Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye, Akshat.
Bye.
See you
Bye,
soon.
Didi. Bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.